I didn't think it would ever come to this in my life, but I need to pick my clothing based on its ability to hide my physique. So I don't want to wear the weather outside, like it's too hot, so I don't want to wear big jackets. So I want to wear hoodies that I can kind of close, and it hides my water retained belly.
It's going to be 23 degrees next week.
Yeah.
Damn.
How is that possible?
Damn.
God bless you.
Summer used to be my favourite time because I could like show off my well sculpted arms, and now I've just become this.
Now you like winter.
So yeah, that's what's up. Did you watch Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg's deposition? Some of the questions that took forever, like if I'm interested in chocolate and I send messages to somebody that I'm chatting to on Facebook about chocolate, Mr. Zuckerberg, does that mean you're going to be able to then market chocolate ads to me based on the knowledge that I communicate about chocolate with somebody that I'm chatting to on your platform? And he was just like, Senator, yes. It's the world we live in. Obviously there's a lot of data that we are making available through using these platforms as consumers, and it really is no surprise that that data is being used to then feed us targeted ads, because that's why the platforms are free, and that's why it's the business model of it, right? And it's not just Facebook, it's Google as well. Like, you can basically download your Google file, everything, your search history, everything you've ever kind of done online, the locations you've visited, everything. Like, all that data is clearly out there. And for me personally, I don't really care because I don't have any skeletons in my closets. Like, I don't mind what people know about me, but the one thing that concerns me is the vulnerability of society as a whole to be controlled and manipulated in a really sophisticated way, and for you to be able to kind of manipulate elections and, you know, achieve things. Because if you dissect segments of the population and you feed them information in a way that is going to resonate with them, you can kind of then steer opinion, and just this kind of feedback loop of more and more people kind of being glued to these platforms. And, you know, the illusion is you think you're free, but actually you're consuming stuff that you're being fed, and at scale, in the long run, what's that going to do to society? So you're not going to have a world of free thinkers, but you've got large parts of the population that you can, you know, almost predict exactly how they're going to respond, how they're going to think, how they're going to feel, how you can get them to do what you want them to do. You know, that's something I hadn't really thought about much. I just thought, like, what do I give a shit? My stuff's out there. But perhaps a bit naively, because, you know, if you know that much about people and then you misuse it and you abuse it. But we're going into really interesting times with all this technology and AI and, you know, so many different opinions on when artificial intelligence becomes kind of independent. Philosophical conversations for breakfast, I love it.
It's absolutely fantastic. And we're going to work, aren't we?
We're going to work, so let's go.
Give me a spin.
They look at how many people are seeing it. So if it's got high visibility, it means it's being paid a lot. It's being thrown out there.
Oh, so they're promoting it.
Yeah, and if it's low visibility, it means not very visible.
I'll just stick it on. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So they're putting a lot of money. They're putting a lot of money behind their socials.
So which is Ralph Lauren reaches a smaller audience overall. Has a small audience. Right. Ralph Lauren has a smaller audience.
just got a small organic audience, but it's using paid to promote its content.
And that's why it's social. However, the content is visible and engaging. There's room for people on YouTube.
So they're doing quite a big push on social.
Yes.
Using like paid channels as well.
Yes. Let me just check that, confirm that. No, well, we've done the index, and now we're analysing the results.
And then what have you found then? A lot of people are using paid.
Some who are using paid effectively, some who are not using it effectively.
It's like a really mixed bag. Like you've got 8, 9 brands in, they've all got doing things well and doing things badly. Like some have got a good audience, but they haven't got very engaging creative. Some have got a small audience, but they've got really good creative. Some are like using paid channels, but with really boring creative. So it's like, what's the point? It's quite like everyone's doing something well and something badly.
Yeah. It's really insightful.
Really good. Yeah. You know what we could end that with, like a case study for like best practice for these brands. Do you know what I mean? Like we end it with like, so how we could sort of say, well, how could these brands be doing it better? Or we can say like, you know, produce really like nice, like strong content to at best like assuage your like core hardcore demographic, the way that sort of the Bhutan have done it, sort of thing. They look to grow it with like broader, accessible stuff to introduce people to the brand. To have like distinct strategies for like, here's our content strategy for a hardcore audience, and here's our way to grow it with kind of like accessible content promoted through paid channels.
Content strategy for the diehards. We're going to try and crunch this out. One of these out a week. Analyze different sectors, and hopefully they will give us insights. This kind of insight on who's doing what effectively and who's not.
So this is going out on our LinkedIn?
Yeah. Go on LinkedIn. We must just promote it like hell.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
It's nice. It's really good.
Okay. So Chanel reaches a large audience across the board, but scored the lowest on engagement and sentiment. However, their content was highly visible, which indicates that they're heavily promoting their content with paid, but their content does not resonate well with the audience. So there's opportunities there to improve the actual content.
Yeah, there's a lot you can take out of that. So you can say like they've got a big audience, but they're not really doing anything to actually cultivate and communicate with them. What they're also doing is they're promoting it, but they're not getting much engagement for that. So you could say, is this content right for the audiences they're going after? Are they going after the right audiences? Do you know what I mean? There's a lot that you can infer, a lot of different kind of views from that sort of thing in terms of what's the next steps be. So if you're like a client, you need to think, right, do we need to start testing A/B audiences? Do we need to think about A/B testing content? Because something's not working at the minute. And it's about working out how they can actually start to cultivate that audience on social better.
There's another insight here is that someone who's got an audience of 49 million people like Chanel, it's going to be hard for them to double that. You know, suddenly go from, call it 50 million to 100 million is going to be quite hard. Whereas someone who's got an audience of 15,000 can easily double that to 30,000. Yeah. So there is a bit of that. You could argue as well that Chanel have done the hard work. They've got the audience, and they're not really doing much about it to actually talk to them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's much easier to put a post out to your audience than it is to double it. So exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of insights we're looking at and gathering data from. Science. Wow. Cool. Thanks for that.
The hard metrics.
Yeah.
The hardest of the hard metrics.
So it gives us a lot of insight. So we can use that to create a better product for the next customer that comes our way, and panel beat it as we go.
Yeah.
I guess
So this is going to be a big deal for you guys, like the limiting potentially.
It is, but you know, at the end of the day, I can't see Facebook or any other platform completely stopping access to this data because it's too valuable. It's you know, at the end of the day, it's kind of like you know, you can't restrict the ability for people to. I mean, that's how Facebook makes its money, from advertising. So I think, you know, could be just the tip of the iceberg.
I'm not the type of person that if I'm posting it to my friends, it couldn't be seen by everyone else. Like, I'm not posting completely out there stuff that I'd be really offended if any like future employers or anything like that. It wouldn't bother me. But what I do kind of take issue with is them tapping into your private conversations.
Oh no!
We're through. Like, what have we just been doing?
We just recorded our first socially powerful podcast. So you can find that on our SoundCloud. We'll link it in the description for you. We've wanted to do a podcast for so long, and we have a lot of people in the office with lively opinions, and we have discussions about all things social media very often. So to not capture that, so you can listen to it on your commutes or when you're tidying up or doing anything with your day, seems a bit silly. So we've decided to. Now I can feel. Stop
looking at her. What are you doing? Go on.
So we've decided to open up our SoundCloud and to start a socially powerful podcast, so you have more access to what we're thinking and what we're doing.
Watch this space.
Amazing.